high-rise is a big part of what we do. From the Lodha Venezia Towers to W54. This is the Island City Center Towers, what is famously known as the ICC Towers in Vadala. This is 25 South. It's a big luxury development. And of course, India's tallest building, the Minerva Towers. That's what the initial concept looked like. The National Railway University, the BITS Pilani Goa campus, and many such projects. This is one space which we keep changing every few weeks with the latest and the hottest pictures of projects that are just completed or on the design wall. For me, there's no typical work day. Every single day is completely different based on where my clients need me to be. My only objective is that in a week I get at least 2 to 3 days in the studio doing the design work that I love to do. I try and work out at least 3 to 4 days a week in the morning, and those days are typically much better than the days that I don't. The initial conceptualization where there's nobody sort of influencing your mindset as to what you need to do on the project. That's the beginning is always the most fun. To be honest, I'm struggling. I try and make sure that my weekends are as away from work as possible. While I do my bit on social media, I make sure that my personal life is not on social media, and that helps me maintain my life in a slightly more healthy way, which I can keep away from work. But having said that, a lot of my clients are my friends, so it's a mixed bag. Luxury is a very personal thing for most people. For me personally, luxury is when you're in your own space at home, you're able to enjoy something without having to worry about what the rest of the world thinks about that luxury. To me, it's all about touch, feel, material. All the senses should get activated when you talk about luxury, or when you want to feel luxury. So I think India is still struggling with the idea of luxury. We come from a historic society where luxury was available in excess, and now luxury is in two extremes. It's either ostentatious and it's all about the look and the feel and the external message that luxury conveys, or it's the understated, the quiet, the much more personal luxury. So it's luxury is becoming accessible to everyone at all price points, and as it should be. So luxury and sustainability have to coexist. There's no two ways about it. The human nature is to want luxury, to want more comfort in an environment that needs to be taken care of, and in an environment that we have to be more sustainably responsible for. And that's why this notion of understated luxury is so very important, where in a sense less is more, as long as less is very high quality. So you see it in for example, Volvo cars. They have made a commitment to ensure that all the interiors in their cars are made out of recyclable materials, and you get such excellent recyclable materials that when you touch it and you feel it, it's very luxurious. And that's the same way that luxury interiors and luxury architecture will go in that same direction, where the simple will become beautiful rather than something which is not from this planet and then you just try and hang on to it. It's the simple materials of wood, and steel and glass and leather and other such materials which will become beautiful and luxurious. So in the National Maritime Museum of India, we have a very large 375 acre site, and we're building this site literally in the middle of nowhere, in a place where 4,000 years ago there used to be trade happening with the Mediterranean. So the site is blessed in a way that every year in the monsoon season it becomes a catchment area for a large 64 square kilometer floodplain. So what we're doing to make this arid desert into a water positive project is we're building these huge lakes, and we are collecting almost 33 crore liters of water every monsoon in these large lakes, which are in excess of almost 30-40 acres over the entire year, from the end of monsoon, which is say September, late September, October, up to the next year about late June, July. We're able to use all this water to run the whole 375 acre facility without having any water requirement from piped water. We although do have a secondary supply, but that's one thing that we're doing to make this whole development net zero water and in fact water positive. And the same extends to the our requirement for energy, where we have a large 5 megawatt plant in solar, and the same extends to waste and recycling and STP and all of that.